This is a piece of eucalyptus. It's a heavy piece of wood. It's been cut down and seasoned for probably at least 3 years, I would say. So I'm going to turn my first bud vase with this piece. I want to go with quite a big fat belly and then go to a slim neck and widening at the top again, I think, for this idea to work. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But we'll start off by rounding it off. Okay, so it's a nice piece of wood. We've got an inclusion here, which is quite nice. A little bit of bark that needs to come out of there, but we'll work that. And there is some cracks in it. But this is quite a dense piece of wood, so I'm not really worried about those cracks going any further. So I'm going to leave them for now and see what happens. I think I'm going to go with this being the bottom and it coming down this way, just because of this inclusion. I might try and keep that in there. So we'll see. So I'm going to put a tenon on this end and then we'll swap it around and put it in the chuck. A little bit more speed now that it's in the chuck, and I'm going to just start up high. Now that I've got roughly where I want to be with the bottom of my vase, I'm going to just get rid of a good lump of this bulk just with the roughing gouge, and then we'll start going with the finer shape again once I've taken a big lump of this away. Okay, that got rid of quite a big chunk of the bulk. Kind of my design idea is changing now, as it always does. And I'm thinking of keeping this quite wide, not as wide as this, but quite wide. Again, still going down to a really thin neck, keeping this wide. And then the other two smaller bud vases that I turn, I'll carve the outside of here and here, both sides, and I'll have the neck of those coming through the neck of this one, so they stick a bit further up. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I want them stacked in some way, three bud vases stacked in some way. So we'll go with that idea maybe. This is still a bit chunky. I want to go with a more slimline look, but I think that's where I'm heading at the moment. I need to get rid of a lot of this, so I can afford to be a bit more aggressive with this and start taking some real chunks out. Okay, we're getting our rough shape now. Try and blend that in. Okay. Needs cleaning up, but it's the rough shape that I'm looking for. Oh, I've got another nice inclusion here inside here. That's nice. It's quite an interesting piece of wood, this. A bit of sporting in it, cracks and inclusion. Kind of bit of everything. So I've left the rim really wide at the moment. I'm going to come down a little bit on that. I quite like this shape. Now again, I just want to take the bulkiness off of it, make it a little bit more slender. Still trying to keep as much of the width at the bottom as I can, but just taking away some of the shape, but keeping in the inclusion here. Go around the other side here and clean up the top, and I've got a vial that will be inside there. It's a yellow one, but you're not going to see it. It's just going to slide down inside, just like you can put water in this. First things first, we've got a very wonky top on this. I'm going to tidy it up with the parting tool, and then we'll go around the other side and we'll do a little bit of hollowing. Okay, that will do with the parting tool. Got a nice size rim on that now, and we can go around the other side now and do a little bit of hollowing. Okay, so first of all, I think we'll drill out for our tube, just while we've got this little centre divot here to line up the forcing a bit. I'm going to go a little bit bigger than the actual tube, just so it sits in there nicely. Now I won't go in too far, I just want to check the size. For my tube. Yeah, it's just that little bit too big for the tube, which is fine because I'm going to have this hollowed out just down to the top of the tube anyway, so it doesn't matter, and it'll be better for being able to get it in and out for cleaning. So I'll continue with that. Now that's as deep as I can go with my force and a bit without adding the extension onto it at the moment. But that's fine. I've got, like I said, I've got to hollow some of this out. I can then drill it a bit deeper with this. Now the thinner the top, the easier it's going to be to carve out when we add the cutouts for the other two vases. Take a look at that. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Like I say, the cracks are kind of adding to it, giving it that rustic look. Okay, it should be about right. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice. Alright. I think I am ready for some sanding. I might just bring the tool rest round and just clean up the outsides of this with a scraper. And I shall bring the tailstock up just for a bit of support while I do that. Not tighten it up too much, just pinch it, just to take that wobble out of it. Yep, good. I like this inclusion here as well. Some of it will probably come out when I'm sanding it, but that's okay. I like the rustic of it. Alright, I'll do a little bit of sanding. I'll not do that on camera because it's really boring. Okay, that has been sanded up to 320, I believe it was. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to give it one coat of mineral oil. Just to let it soak in, and then I'm going to leave it at that because I've still got to do some carving on it. So I just want to see, I'm just kind of excited to see what it looks like, to be honest with you, because it's a nice piece of wood. This is just cheap mineral oil from IKEA. I also cleaned out the inclusion as well. Got in there with the sandpaper as much as I could. I'll leave it over at the side to soak in while I start the other two vases. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for now with that. I'm going to take it off the chuck and put it to one side. I'm going to leave the tenon on for now. That's it for now. Got the inclusion there. A wee little inclusion up here as well. I'm leaving all that there. There's some small cracks and things in it, but I don't think it's going to be moving anywhere. It's all pretty well seasoned, and if it does open up any more, I'll just seal it up with CA. Got the file in there. Needs a bit of a clean, but that just drops in there nice and kind of hidden down lower. So now the plan is that I turn two more bud vases and they'll come through the rim, and I'll carve here. Well, we'll have the inclusion at the front probably, or off to the side just very slightly. One will come through the rim here and sit on this. I'll carve this out and sit and hang out over this, so it'll kind of come like this, and another one the other side as well, and it'll be kind of stacked. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how the other two vases turn out. That's next.